Hello YouTube and welcome to the first video of the ArsenalKidHD YouTube channel. Match reviews, Arsenal news and all the transfer gossip. Today we have a transfer video. Arsenal have officially signed Mathieu Debuchy for £12 million on a so-called long-term contract. I believe that contract is up until 2019, but I may be wrong because I haven't been able to find the exact details of that. We've bought him from Newcastle, where he had an 18th month spell consisting of 46 appearances, and before that he played at his boyhood club Lille, where he made 233 League 1 appearances for Lille and 18 in the Champions League. Arsenal have released a statement that says, "We are delighted to welcome Debuchy. He has shown he can perform at the highest level with his club signs and also taken from France." And also his appearances for France, sorry about that. And there is a bit more, but I've just condensed it for you. Now, in my opinion, this is quite a decent signing because he has experience of the figures, the physical and mental challenges of the league, and he's continued to perform there for quite a while now. He has been at Newcastle for a relatively short time, but during that time he has shown that he did adapt to the Premier League very well, and I think that's good for Arsenal because we don't need a player who isn't used to the Premier League, and that can and a lot of the time in football that is a problem, because especially in the Premier League, because players come here, they transfer here from leagues like the BBVA or the league, and they're much less physical, and obviously I'm not sure if those leagues play through the Christmas, whereas we do, so there's a much bigger strain on the player, and at Newcastle Debuchy seemed to cope really well. Now, more into the player. He is a fairly quick player. I would say that he's quicker than Sanya, but he's not regarded as a pacey player. His dribbling is okay in real life, and he can beat a man fairly well. He's not really known for scoring goals, but I think that I don't have his scoring record here, but I think that he did get a few goals for Lille and for Newcastle. His defending capabilities are very good, as he is a fairly strong fullback. He's very good at defending, slide tackling, stad tackling. And another thing that I like about him is that his passing is very good, and so is his crossing. And he has a lot to live up to because Sanya was also very good in those departments. So, in a way, he is very similar to Sanya, and I'm glad that we replaced Sanya with a player fairly similar to him, so it will be easier for him, and especially the Arsenal teammates to adapt to his playstyle, as it is very close to that of Bakary Sanya's. And also, obviously, because he is French, he will fit in very well with Mathieu Flamini, Olivier Giroud, Yaya Sonogo and Koscielny. I may be missing some other French gooners out there, and if I am, I'm very sorry. Leave it down in the comments. And I think that's very important for the team chemistry, because he will be familiar with those players from the national team, especially the likes of Koscielny and Giroud. And that's very good because it will help him adapt to the team more, and then he'll feel happier here. Furthermore, obviously, he is French, the same as Arsene Wenger, so that is very good because they won't have a language barrier to deal with, and they'll have the same, I hope they'll have the same philosophy of football coming from France, as nowadays nations tend to have their own philosophy depending on the country, obviously. Debuchy has released several statements. I've got part of one here. He said, "I'm very proud joining a great club like Arsenal." He regarded Arsenal as one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he is looking forward to be working with Arsene Wenger. And in that statement, I think one thing that's very important is that he says he's looking very forward to looking with Arsene Wenger. And I think that is something that attracts new players to our club, is the prospect of working with a manager as experienced and learned as Arsene Wenger. And he does have a very good reputation in football, so that just helps the club with transfers even more. And also, Debuchy seems really enthusiastic to join the club, and that's just great because it shows that he'll hopefully put 100% into every match, and he will be very enthusiastic, and it looks like he does really appreciate and has lots of respect for the club, which is absolutely fantastic. So overall, I give this transfer a 7 out of 10. The pros of this transfer, as we get a very experienced player, someone who's played many games as a football player. He is very experienced as a right back, and that is his natural position. So we're not buying someone and trying to convert them to another position. Another pro is that he is French, and he will have a lot of chemistry with a lot of the Arsenal team members already here, as well as being the same nationality as Arsene Wenger, so there is no language barrier, and it will help him to fit in. And the quicker a player fits in with the club, the quicker that he'll be performing his best. Another pro is that he's 28, so he's approaching the peak years of his career, but that can also be seen as a negative because maybe we'll only get another 2 seasons of him at his best. He could definitely continue until after that age, but up until 30s when players start to decrease and they're not really at their best anymore. And the cons of this transfer, in my opinion, is that there probably were other right backs out there that we could have gotten that could have cost a bit more and maybe were more prospects for the future, such as Carvajal from Real Madrid, or Juan Fran from Atletico Madrid. But all in all, I think this is a very good signing. Kudos to Arsenal. So anyway, that is the end of the first video on the Arsenal Kid HD YouTube channel. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and comment things that you want me to do in the future and any improvements, because I know this being the first video that there will be a lot of issues with it, and I hope you guys can help me to just iron them out. So thank you, and stay tuned for Arsenal review, for Arsenal news, match reviews, and all the transfer gossip. Bye.